Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. Conversations that cool. Kitchen talk. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Kitchen talk. Let's talk. Conversations that cool. Let's talk. What you wanna talk about? Let's talk. What you wanna talk about?
Hey. Are we walking in the frames now? I love it.
Right. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Working on greater.
Always. It is Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations that cook.
That's what they do. I love it. How was your holiday?
It was good. You know, good food, good family, good friends. You can't beat it.
Good.
You can't beat it every year.
Wonderful.
It's a festival. What about you? How was yours?
Yeah, mine was fighting whatever that germ was that was going around.
Oh,
I was in the bed for 2
man.
days and yeah. No
Yeah.
food, no family. Didn't want to give anything to anybody.
Yeah. Well,
No
that's smart.
COVID, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's that time of year. So you gotta take your medicine, your vitamin C's, your zinc, your mama's elixir, your
I
daddy's
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
chico, you know, all that
You
stuff
could
that
do
you
all of that, and still, yeah.
yeah.
Like all the precautions that I took to make sure, you know, it is what it is. It is over. I am praying that Christmas will not be the same.
Oh yes. We're playing for health and
Yes,
wealth and a lot of good times. Oh,
absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely. Not that I was planning to do a whole lot, but the little bit I was planning to do, I was looking forward to it. But hey.
Right. Were you gonna cook or was something like was your sister cooking? What was the plan
Well,
on this?
we almost done kind of got out of that though that traditional meal.
Yep.
So,
Greens, beans, potatoes.
yeah. So it holiday it ain't hitting the same way anyway. So
Right.
but we were gonna have a game night. So that would have been fun, but we didn't. Lorraine was sick too, so we didn't want to give
Oh,
anything to Alisa, and
yes.
yeah, it was just crazy. It was crazy.
So did you give it to her or she gave it to you?
No, we are like not around each other.
Yeah.
So wherever she got whatever bug she got from,
Yeah.
I probably got mine. I'm thinking because I have still been wearing my mask, right? In public, at church, all of this. And then, I had knee surgery. So I've been
Right.
like making sure I've been extra careful because I don't want to have to deal with a cold or COVID on top of recovery.
Right.
But the Sunday before Thanksgiving, we had another service and I had to do the scripture. So I was up in the pulpit
Oh.
and I was kind of unmasked.
Yeah.
But I didn't I was near the microphone and I didn't really touch it, but
Yeah.
it's still, you up there with all the people.
You gotta go with your Lifesol, man. With your Lifesol.
I know, right? Like in the name of Jesus with my
Yes. Listen, before I
with my
saw
micro band.
every
But,
time I
and
sprayed
then
it.
I was our students on campus, we did Thanksgiving baskets again.
Okay.
So I was around them, but I was masked most of the time I was around them. So it's just, yeah, I mean, you don't know.
You just don't know.
You don't know. And that flu bug and I can't even say that it was a flu.
Right.
So I know it wasn't COVID. That's the only
Right.
thing I can say for sure.
Right.
Um, but yeah.
Could have been a
So,
cold.
huh?
It could have been just a cold.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a new symptom every day, and
Okay.
then yeah, fever.
Well,
And
how you feeling now?
I feel fine. I got a little bit of a cough that kind of lingers, but
Mhm.
other than that, I feel fine. My knee is feeling better. Still can't
Mhm.
quite do stairs,
Yeah.
but it's getting there.
Take your time. It's no rush.
I know that's what they keep saying, but
You ready to roll?
yeah, I'm tired of this tightness. I'm
You
like,
ready to
y'all
roll?
told me this surgery was gonna make me better. Come on,
Yeah.
let's go. But yeah, it's doing a whole lot better, but
Well, that's good.
it's still, still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take it slow. Take it
but
easy.
life goes on.
And it
We
does.
still do what
It
we
does.
did. We still do what we do.
That's right.
Um, I am very uh just grateful.
Uh-huh.
Just grateful.
Mhm.
Today is my mommy's birthday,
Mm. Hit
and
a little different this time. What's our birthday's on the 1st?
yep,
Yeah,
December
that's right.
1st.
Because today's my dad's birthday.
I never knew
Yeah,
that.
today's a shout out. I called him earlier.
Oh wow! Happy birthday, Dad!
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually kind of woke up this morning like, you know what? It's PJK Day. That's my girl. I love her. She love me. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was not a hard day, thank God. You know,
But she's always with you. So, it's another day to celebrate. Really.
another
It's
day.
a, it's a, it's a continuous
Yeah,
celebration. So
yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, so I know. Okay, so France, have you seen it?
Oh, you know it.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
spoiler alert right now.
Because I had to ask because
Right
you was
now.
like, what if everybody ain't seen it? I'm like, whatever, we gotta talk about this.
Listen, it's worth talking about. Wakanda
So
forever and ever.
forever. So I did as soon as the tickets went on sale,
Yeah,
we got our tickets.
yeah.
And we went and saw it the opening weekend, and I was like, oh my God. Dude, okay. So my first question is what I don't understand about this king queen ship thing.
Okay.
My first question is when the dad died, why she didn't just take over then? Why did it get handed to the Black Panther, to the prince, to the king? Like why didn't Queen Mother become the queen then? Because now she's the queen now that he is gone.
Right.
So if
Well,
we were doing children, why didn't it just automatically pass
because
to
they weren't because she explained it, the mother explained it at the end. They didn't want the child, the new king, essentially, to go through all of that so early.
no, I ain't even there yet.
So who are you talking about? Which
So why didn't after the king died?
mhm.
Okay, so let's go back to Black Panther, right? So
Right.
why didn't after the king died, why didn't Queen Mother take over then
Oh, because
versus
they had a
giving
son.
it to T'Challa?
Because
Okay, so
T'Challa's
they
the
had
king.
the
Because
son.
it's the son. So
Okay,
the king
so
goes
when
to the
when the
male, not to
king
the female.
T'Challa died,
Right.
then why didn't they give it to Zuri
I think
instead of the Queen Mother taking over?
I don't think Zuri wanted the kingship. That's
Okay.
number one. And number two, the queen mother, I believe, of course, they said at the end, knew about the son.
I ain't
So
even got to the son part
yeah,
yet.
but she had to take a rule until he was ready to come in because essentially he is the king.
And so I missed that part, right?
What? How you miss
So
that part?
because the movie is what, 2.5 hours
Yeah, yeah,
long?
yeah.
Right. As soon as the credits rolled, I had to go take a
You
care of
left.
a little something.
Yeah, yeah,
And I just couldn't no more. And
yeah.
Lorraine was like,
You
"Ooh."
missed it. Yeah, yeah.
So
Listen, that's
yeah,
what got
so
me to really go because I didn't run to the theaters on the first, and I felt like I should have, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait.
oh no, I had to
But
see it
then
the first. I like the night.
Killmonger.
Yeah, I didn't even go to the night show. I went to an afternoon show. That's how first I wanted to be.
Yeah, I went to the 5 o'clock show. What's up, JT?
Yo,
Hey JT.
First
what's
off,
going
JT,
on?
before anything, did you see Wakanda yet? Okay, good. Now we could talk about it.
Oh, we was gonna talk about it.
Regardless, right?
Hey, listen. Did you say irregardless?
That's what she said. You gotta
No, I
keep
didn't say
talking
that. I
about
just said, oh, we was gonna talk about it.
it.
He just, sorry, bro. You
Just
just
keep
been
it
like,
going, right?
But see, that's the thing about me. I'm one of those type of people. You can talk about. I'm still gonna go and watch
Still
it.
gonna watch it.
You
Yeah, I
know,
agree. I agree.
you know
yeah,
what,
I
Bob?
just need to go back and I'm going back and watch it. I gotta go again.
That's what I may not do, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay,
First
go
off,
ahead,
I
Jay.
didn't,
Hold
I didn't,
on, hold on. JT had something to say.
Something that kind of bothered me was like, people that had seen the movie and then they gave bad reviews. Like, oh yeah, this was a waste of this. It was a waste of time. It wasn't even about Wakanda. It was about women, the women's movement, blah blah
Oh
Yeah.
blah,
my
yada yada.
God.
Yada. I seen all of that, so I really had to go and watch it myself. Man, that movie blew me away.
It
It
was
blew me.
not. It was hot. That's all that was left.
well,
So how
I
can
will
you not?
say,
How can you just sit there like, oh, it's a woman's movement? All the men was dead
no, not
or
necessarily.
in jail.
Nope, not
I'm
necessarily.
just messing around. I'm just messing
Yeah,
around.
I know you are, but that's what they try to portray.
Well, true,
I will
true.
say,
But a there was not a male offspring to take over the kingdom
well, that was the other piece about the
when
movie.
King T'Challa died.
Should they really had killed the
The
Black
character.
Panther? We
Yeah.
know, Chadwick passed away, but we could have still kept
Right.
the Black Panther alive by just recasting him to something else. And I know of course, they went a different direction. I like the direction they went in, depending on how they transform it within the next couple of years.
Oh, it's got to go back to a guy. It can't stay with her.
But
I'm
I
gonna
think
be honest.
it's gonna stay with her for a
I
while.
wouldn't mind if it stayed with her. I think I don't know whether I said, I think I did, like she should be it, but I know that's not the reality. It's gonna go back to a man.
And
I do think it stays with her for a little bit, and then it goes back to who it should go back to, which is his son, because that's how they designed it, right? So, JT,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'd like to be in that audition room for that role. I'm just being honest.
but listen, Marvel has already gone to like phase 6, the next phases 7, 8, 9. So they're already thinking about these next phases.
Mhm.
And you're talking about years down the line. So
Oh, yeah.
do you think you'll have the ability to play the King of Wakanda?
Listen, dude. Listen. Do not let this silliness and stuff fool you.
You're gonna have to do a lot of push-ups, brother.
Hey, listen. We most definitely working over here. We working over here. Y'all don't see this tank top about to bust off?
So literally, speaking of timelines, I didn't run to the theaters. I waited, but what got me was I saw a quick little trailer and it stated Haiti and
Yeah.
it stated Toussaint. And I said, oh, I gotta watch it now, 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 now. So I love the fact that they really are culturally sensitive when it comes to African American history. I saw a recent clip again on Killmonger when he died, and he said, "Bury me in the ocean,
Yeah.
like my ancestors,"
Yeah.
So
because
they
they
knew.
believed in freedom over bondage, and that resonate because it was a tribe that, of course,
Definitely.
as you know, they did the same thing.
Yeah.
They killed themselves because they believed in freedom over slavery. So it's like those little cultural pieces, the Haitian Revolution, calling him Toussaint Louverture, Toussaint as his name. I was like, okay, the writers did a really good job in capturing Black culture. And I'm talking about the diaspora, not just, African American or just, African or just Caribbean. It was like, okay, let's pull in all these pieces. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for, the Black Panther and that series.
Yeah,
What
man.
I enjoyed about it too was the how we got to see her handle the grief
Yeah, yeah, that was cool.
and and um and revenge, like almost all the way played out to the death.
Yeah, but that one of the criticisms, JT, that you saw a lot of it. One that really did stick out to me was that there was a lot going on in the movie. And I kind of agree with that. The movie had a lot going on. You had grief, you had the new kingdom, you had an uprising, you had, you know, um, uh, possible people trying to take over, the country. So there was a new leadership, right? So you just got a new queen. Queen dies, and now you got to figure out, well, who's going to be the queen? And they really didn't say who's the next king because it almost seems like what's the guy named, the gorilla guy,
Umbaku.
Umbaku. It looked like Umbaku is actually the new king because nobody came to challenge him on challenge day.
Yeah, remember in that scene in the movie, he was like, "I'm stepping in." It was one scene he was like, "I'm stepping in for something, you know, blah 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 for whatever at the moment."
Right.
So yeah,
So I
we gonna
do think,
see.
I agree. I'm looking forward to seeing how that happens. I don't think Zuri is the king, or I
No,
should say the queen.
Zuri is the queen.
No, my dear, because again, going back to the last Black
Zuri
Panther,
is the queen. When
think
they
about
all
the
came
last.
together, they were all listening to her. She is the queen.
No, she's not. Because think about how they became, how you take the kingdomship. In the last Black Panther, they fought each other. M'Baku fought uh Chadwick or Black Panther
The
for
child.
the kingdom,
Yeah.
right? And then
However,
he lost.
however, T'Challa was the king.
Yeah, but he still lost. When he lost to
No.
Killmonger,
What I'm saying is he was the king.
I agree.
And then M'Baku came to challenge for the throne.
Correct.
But he was already called the king.
Yes, but same thing with Killmonger. When Killmonger came, he was the king.
He was the king.
But when he lost the fight,
Zuri was the king.
she never
Was the
fought.
queen.
Well, she never fought. She was
didn't
never
have to fight. It was the pass down of the birthright.
Nobody,
She was
and I'm
the
gonna
queen.
research it because nobody gave her the kingdomship.
They did when her mama died.
No, they just said the Black Panther is alive.
Yeah.
That's what they said. They didn't say
Never mind about the Black Panther. She was the queen. It passed down to
you
her.
just want her to be the queen. You just want her to be the
You know, I believe Lisa is one of them type of women that don't hold other women accountable.
I'm the type of woman that do what?
That doesn't hold other women accountable till they step on your feet.
No, I try to hold everybody accountable.
Oh God.
I don't hear it. You pro woman through everything, through and through.
Well, why wouldn't I be?
You don't listen to logic.
You pro man.
No, I am not. I am not pro man.
I'm
pro
not
right.
pro woman when I'm saying what I think the movie is. I don't get that.
Listen, it's clear. Whoever wins the challenge
Is the king.
is the king. And because Zuri did not stay to fight and uphold the challenge, M'Baku is the new king of Wakanda.
You looking that up, right?
Yep, I'm looking it up right now to ensure that my research, because you can't just be saying stuff at the side of your neck.
Right.
Lisa,
I didn't get that.
Lisa, you know what I got to say to that?
I'll just watch the movie again.
You know what I got to say to that though?
What?
Mefa.
Oh, there it did say that. Did you pull it up? Did you pull
What
it
did
up?
it say?
After Wakanda Forever final battle, Zuri jets to Haiti, which leaves M'Baku role in Wakanda going forward somewhat upsetting.
It said it in the movie. Go back and watch it.
Okay,
it's
so
cool. It's kind of cool though, being relevant as the king
so
of
was she
Wakanda
so
at the end of the
so
movie.
what? So are you saying that she was never the queen?
She was never the queen. They followed her because the
So
mantle of
Marvin
Black
said
Panther
the mantle of Black
and
Panther
King.
and the king
Correct,
are
Marvin
separate.
Scott. That's right. The mantle
was-
of the Black Panther
And
and the king
king.
is separate.
It's
Because
separate.
for him to even fight for the kingdom to become a king, he has to take away the mantle of the Black Panther to fight as the king versus whoever wants to challenge. And
So
because
he is the king that had to defend his title.
correct. But
Okay.
because Zuri
So
didn't,
since Zuri did not come,
correct,
she did not defend the title.
she did not fight for the title.
Okay. So who had the title?
The
She gotta have
Queen
a title
Mother.
in order to fight for it, right?
She never had the title. She had the mantle of the Black Panther, but she did not have the title as the new queen. To get the title as the queen or king of
But that's
Wakanda,
confusing to me because if the queen just passes down, if the throne just passes down through the family, because that's what happened.
That's not what
I
happens.
think it's confusing to you
Wait,
because a woman.
hold on. Okay. So when the king died in Black Panther,
right?
are you saying that there was no king and that T'Challa and M'Baku came to fight for the king title?
Correct.
So T'Challa didn't have the title at that time.
The T'Challa was not king of Wakanda.
T'Challa how did after he died the Queen Mother just the queen?
So for a period of time, the Queen Mother just held the role of until somebody challenged her for the kingdom, she still hold the role as the ruler of Wakanda. But nobody challenged her, not even M'Baku, because of the death of her son. So they said, okay, we're going to let you roll. But best believe they was going to be ready to fight for that spot once that spot opened.
But somebody has to hold it. like y'all just said, somebody has
Correct.
to have the title in
Correct.
order to fight for the title.
Correct. So again, their family just held that title.
So then that means Zuri, that don't count for Zuri?
Zuri did not just get the
She
kingdom.
don't hold the title as a family member?
Now she could
Until
have.
somebody come and fight for it?
I believe
Hold
she,
on, this is what y'all saying.
No,
Y'all
I'm
just
saying-
said T'Challa had the title and he had to defend the title.
correct.
Okay, so Zuri don't have the title because she didn't defend it?
Nobody gave her the title. Who gave her the title? Lisa, they gave
They
Queen
had a
Mother the
whole
title of the
thing.
kingdom.
They had a whole meeting when they was deciding who they was gonna fight in this, and then the other they were calling her the queen.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Who you talking about? Queen Mother or Zuri?
After the Queen Mother died, and they were talking about how they were gonna have to fight these people. They were
Right.
calling her the queen.
No, they never called her the queen.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna go back and watch it. But they didn't call Zuri. Actually, Zuri was not even in the conversation. They had
in the middle of it, telling them what they had to do.
Because she came back as the Black Panther. And when she came back with the mantle of the Black Panther, then she told them what, because nobody gonna go against the Black Panther. The Black Panther got the power. But nobody gave Zuri the kingdom. They gave Queen Mother the kingdom.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch, because even at the let me take this down. Even at the funeral, like right after,
Right.
when her and M'Baku was talking, I could have swore they called her the queen.
No.
Okay.
Who you talking about when the mother died?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and watch.
You can watch it. And again, even M'Baku said, your brother gave me the responsibility to watch over you. He told me to watch over you and to watch over your family, right? That's what he charged me to do. But best believe when it was time to fight for that kingdom, he was going to fight for that. And that's what he did at the end of the movie. The time came, and who was there? M'Baku. Did anybody else show up? Nobody else showed up. But who was supposed to show up? Zuri.
No, he said he was coming on her behalf. I thought that's what he said. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch it again. Maybe I was too into it. I don't know.
No.
But I apparently have missed some details that y'all got that I ain't got.
No, I'm gonna pull up something else to see what it says.
Man.
Winston Duke confirms M'Baku is the new king of Wakanda.
What confirms that?
This is one of the Looper films that they watched the different movies, and he said they confirmed. Winston Duke, who's Winston Duke? Is that I think that's the director.
That's M'Baku is Winston Duke.
Oh, okay, boom. There it is. He confirmed it. The man himself.
What man?
Winston Duke confirmed M'Baku is the new king of Wakanda. Warning, this article contains spoilers for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Wakanda goes through a lot of changes during the Black Panther Forever movie. Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's when I show up and I battle him for the spot, and I become
Oh, what would your name be, JT? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, you know what? This is what they would do, right? This is how I would write it. I'm an African. I'm in good shape,
Yeah.
but I'm close to a family.
Okay.
And I'm the guy that they kind of pull off the street and like, you know what? You need to learn this and learn that. Why am I learning all of this stuff? Because you have to be the new Black Panther. But listen, this is the thing though. I don't want the responsibility of the Black Panther, but how I will write it in is I don't want the responsibility of the Black Panther, but as they take me along, they teach me the history, how important it is, and everything else.
Right.
And then my heart starts to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like in Stomp the Yard when they took him to Heritage Hall.
Oh yeah. And he did the history, and then he realized, oh wow, this is deeper than just dancing and stomping.
Yeah.
There's a rich history here, and I want to be a part of that.
But you know what? Even if I couldn't be the Black Panther, I'd settle for being Al Simmons.
Who's Al Simmons?
Do y'all know later on down the road, Marvel is recreating Spawn. Alvin Simmons was Spawn.
Oh, that's right.
Who?
Spawn.
Spawn. I wonder who's gonna take that. Who's gonna be that character? Because the last Spawn, he did a great job.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that Michael Jai White is not. He probably don't want it though.
Yeah, because he's done it for so long. I mean, when I see Spawn, I see him.
Yeah.
I don't know who y'all talking about.
And listen, Lisa, not to throw you down, not to push you down, anything else. That and you saying that you don't know.
I know who Michael Jai White is,
but you don't know who Spawn is. That was the same thing that a lot of Black people that didn't keep up with the comic books.
Right.
They didn't even know who Black Panther was. They thought Black Panther was made up like a few years ago.
Correct.
And I was like, well, y'all don't know who the Black Panther is?
Correct. I agree.
Nah, Black Panther been out since like 1950 something.
I remember Black Panther, but I don't remember.
As a matter of fact, they put in Black Panther for cultural relevance.
Yes.
Because they only had white characters. So they said, we need to bring in this Black Panther. And I believe it was correlated or connected to the Black Panther movement, but that's here and there. Me. They said there was no real correlation. I believe there was a correlation because during that time, the Black Panther movement was on a rise. So Black Panther has been here for a while. Spawn, another one, old comic, right? But the thing that I loved about Marvel is that they did and they continue to bring what's happening in the real world to what's happening in the comics as well as the cinematic universe, right? So it's not just black, it's not just white, it's not just black. They're taking all angles and forms of people and things that we deal with, like LGBTQ. That was in the movie. I was like, oh, okay. So there's a lot of little things that they tried to throw in there that really do relate with what's happening in the real world. So
I didn't like
also what related to me when you were saying, I'm sorry, JT.
I was just saying I didn't like the way that they did that though, because her husband was not dead.
I didn't get that it was her until
Queen Mother said that he wasn't.
No, he's not dead. He's in the jail.
Yeah.
So now she laying up with this chick.
Yeah, that threw me off too. I thought it was one of the other guards.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you ain't see that?
Yeah, that last piece. Lisa was outside. She missed that piece.
This was after the credits?
No.
At the end of the movie.
Like towards the end.
I saw the end of the movie.
It was a subtle little kiss.
Yeah.
And
they threw it in there.
Yeah, they threw it in there. There was more, but they deleted it. They changed it up. So it was stuff like, again, I think it's relevant to our time. So there is a direct correlation with some of the issues that we deal with, challenges that we deal with,
Well, I was going to say too,
let me add this piece.
It was a lot. When you were saying it was a lot going on, it was a lot going on in the movie. It was this, it was that, it was the other. To me, that was like how I'm feeling right now. So to me, it was like very realistic. Like there's a lot going on right now. We got pandemic, we got civil unrest, we got political stuff, we got this, we got that, we got wars and rumors of wars. We got all of this. To me, that was so
Good perspective.
It was
I
so
would agree with that.
classic. It was
Yeah,
so in time to me. Is
yeah,
that like you dealing with this one thing and here goes something else, or you
yeah.
trying to deal with this? Queen Mother is calling them out on every end that
Right.
y'all trying to find us, y'all trying to fight us, y'all trying to get vibranium, da da da, and she calling them out. And then you got this other thing that's
New
to me,
entity comes in.
it's like, oh, okay, well, this going on right now.
Yeah, you know what?
Mm.
Good perspective because I was like, oh, there's a lot going on. And when I saw that, I was like, there was a lot going on, but I was still able to follow it. And maybe because it is very relevant to our time, right? So there is a lot going on, but we still have to deal with whatever is happening. What did y'all think about the new guy, the villain?
He wasn't the villain.
Mm. Why you say that, JT?
Mm. Just like my man from what's my dude name? The purple dude. The dude that was with the big chin on the
Oh,
other
you talking about Thanos?
Thanos. Was Thanos really the villain, or was he really telling the truth? Mm.
No, I think Thanos was the villain.
He is, yes, they're the villain. But
Right.
listen to their logic.
Yeah, I mean that's what the villain does. The villain has a different. It's like I saw this thing on Kanye recently. I was like, oh God, he just digged another hole. But Hitler was the villain, but people who
Yeah.
were with him
Didn't
didn't think
think
he was the villain. He was the guy who knew how to move this future forward, which was absolutely wrong. So Thanos, same thing. Most people who are following him say, hey, he's going in the right direction to make a better universe. But really, you just killed half of the universe because your ideology is that we need to keep these people alive. So I don't know. I think both. I think all of them are villains. This guy, I think he was a villain because his ideology was okay.
I
We're
think he
gonna
was. I
burn
think he
and
was a
kill
villain too.
everybody. He was ready to really burn and kill
And he did
everybody.
not want to negotiate or
No, there was
compromise
no
or
talk.
anything.
And
And even after everything that went on, he's still plotting.
correct. So he's still thinking about. I agree. How do we keep our kingdom safe? And then how do we align with the right people to push our agenda? That's
Right.
that's to me like
But
us.
at
well,
some point, I'm
at
gonna
least
take y'all out too.
Yeah, correct. JT, go ahead. Did you freeze? I think he's frozen.
But didn't they agree didn't him and Zuri agree that they would that Wakanda would work together with them?
They did. I think he agreed.
Yeah,
No,
everybody's freezing.
no.
I
That
think
that was so I could save my life.
yeah,
And then when he came and talked to the other lady
yeah,
that's from his place, was like, "Oh, she gonna need me. Don't worry, I got
yeah,
this."
yeah. And then when I get another opportunity,
Right.
I'm gonna take full advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take full advantage. So I think Wakanda still has to keep their head on a swivel because anybody could come up in there and try to, do what they're doing. But that's why the mantle of the Black Panther to me was so important, Lisa. There, and I love Dr. Scott's putting that out there that there is a difference between the mantle of the Black Panther and the King of Wakanda. Two
And I'm
different things.
cool with all of that. Cool with all of that.
Now, here's the thing: when they raise the young, prince, when the young prince grows up, will he now become the Black Panther?
And that's why I say they got to find a way to give it back to a guy.
I mean, I mean, it is his birthright, right?
It's Zuri's too.
But she
Is it
don't
not?
want it. She don't want it. It is hers, but she don't want it.
Okay.
She don't want it. And that's why I liked that kind of that piece of it, is that it's not something that just passes. You have to earn it. You have to fight for it in terms of their tradition. So there's not just a whole. You got to show that you are the strongest and you are the smartest and you can lead the people forward. So I do think that's an interesting concept for them. So just because you are born into the royal family, don't mean you just hold the kingdomship automatically.
Now, I just found another clip that said Zuri did serve as queen.
Who was your
Queen,
source?
Black Panther, and now is something else.
What's your source?
I'm trying to find it now. It's a Marvel Discover.
You know what did get the, because of this had so many peaks and valleys.
It was fast moving.
Yeah.
And you had to pay attention.
You had to. I was kind of sad that Queen Mother died. I was like,
honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth, France. I was sitting in the theater, that almost took me out.
Yeah, I was sad that Queen Mother died.
But you almost took me out. I was like, dude, did you really have to do that?
And you just killed off Black Panther.
Which we already knew. We was fine. We already knew that.
We kind of got through that, you know.
But you had to take the mama.
Yeah.
Now, who I did love was this new little girl. Oh my God.
Oh, Ironheart.
I love her.
Yeah, with the one who had the Iron Man suit, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
From that built the machine and the car and all of that.
I will say this, because I saw this too. They did a great job with introducing technology and STEM, math, science into this piece. I'm hoping that a lot of the kids and young people say, you know what, I want to go into that field and think about engineering.
But the Black Panther, even the first Black Panther was like that though.
But not as much. I think this one, they really pushed the envelope with this one, with 3D printing. They literally made a 3D plant. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that continues, that process continues. Ironheart, she's actually going to get her own series on Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah, so that's part of the new series coming out where she gets her own segment. Cool. So it's gonna be really cool to watch her develop.
But hers is definitely technology because she doesn't have any like superpowers or whatever.
No, correct.
This girl,
I think her superpower is her brain.
Well, I mean, of course, yeah.
Yeah. JT is gonna say something.
I was just saying, this girl was smarter than the professors at MIT.
Right. That was like awesome. And then she's helping her kids do their work. Like, really? So I am excited to see that series, and I'm also excited they announced the Avengers are coming back.
Did they?
They did. This is not in the movie. This is Marvel talking about the next phase. They're gonna bring back Avengers as well as Avengers Secret Wars. So I'm excited about what that's gonna look like. And then two, are they gonna incorporate the Black Panther into one of those two Avengers? Because again, he was a part of the Avengers crew.
I'll be there.
Oh, so when the Black Panther come back again, or until then, is it just gonna be Zuri until then?
Probably.
Probably. I think
Yeah.
they're probably gonna have Zuri as well as I think M'Baku might serve a role here or there because he's supposed to be in the comic books. He's supposed to be just as strong
Mm-hmm.
as the Black.
Without the herb, or with the herb?
I need to go back and look. I'm not sure if he took something, but he's supposed to be strong too. I gotta go back. I gotta go back and do some research.
Mm.
But from remembering, he cheated to get in the comic books because it's different between the comic books and the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
He cheated his way to get the kingdom with the claw. So it's a long story. So you just gotta get the books. You gotta get the books. You gotta read the books, and then that puts you into the rhythm of it.
Do you remember? Did you ever stay up late night and watch BET?
Yes.
It was very that show was closer to the comic books than the cinematic universe.
I agree 100%. 100%. I mean, even the fight with Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Captain America tried to come in there talking about we're gonna take over Wakanda. No.
Oh,
no.
and do you do know that the original Captain America was black too, right?
Yes.
So yeah. So
and
now go ahead.
They do that in the Disney Plus version with the new Captain America with Black Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
They actually talk about the original Captain America and the serum and how that mantle actually.
The serum made him white.
No, the serum was used. The serum was used like the Tuskegee Project, where they were just giving these guys needles to see how was going to react to the men, and they used it on black soldiers first, and then once they got past the black soldiers, they finally gave it to the white soldier, who became Captain America. But they were already trying it before they actually gave it to him, and it worked. So there was one, and this is another spoiler alert. There was one black male who stayed alive. He actually had the power of Captain America up until this moment, up until this present day. But he stayed low. Correct.
And remember, he said, and remember in that particular scene where they was talking about it, he was like, and not to make any mistake, I was the strongest one, and I kicked all their asses.
Yes.
I was like,
yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh boy, I'm glad they dropped that in there.
And I wish they would have kind of did a flashback or what they call it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
When you go back into a flashback and they show his real strength at his prime, because in the show he's in his older age, but he's still very strong.
And which one is this?
This is Falcon. It's on Disney Plus. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah. So I love this about Marvel and Disney. You don't have to wait to the next big movie. Right, you could go and watch some of these other series that are very much, I'm talking about really good, to help you prepare for the next big movie that's coming out. So if you don't have Disney Plus, get it. Get it from somebody. Catch up with some of this stuff. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
So what did they do with the with Everett, with the colonizer? After they got him out the chains, the colonizer.
I think they just brought him back to Wakanda.
Is that where he went?
Yeah, I think they just brought him back to Wakanda.
So what he gonna do in Wakanda?
I mean, he's free there. Nobody's gonna mess him. They can't come and get him.
And you know, because you got to remember, in America, he's a wanted man.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because they were after him because of they were trying to say that he had committed treason and
Right.
everything. So in Wakanda, he's helpful.
Right.
Plus, he's free.
Yeah.
I just saw them breaking my, and I was like, okay, where they taking him? They taking him to Wakanda? What?
Yeah, I think they took him back to Wakanda. I mean, they just couldn't just leave him there. I mean, there was the people would have found him again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Uh-huh.
The thing
That
is,
was
man,
funny. Though.
I really want to know what my sister was talking about because she was like, I needed to stay after the credits. Now I did stay to the part, you know, they always cut to the scene when they were in Haiti, right?
Right.
But she was like, no, you had to stay to the end of the whole all the credits. I was like, huh? And I do realize like the last few Marvel movies, like the very end, they always brought back another scene to tell you something. And I was like, dang, I walked out of the theater before
The
that happened.
sun. So you didn't see the sun.
Yeah,
No,
I
she
saw
did see that.
Oh.
And
But she
JT, I'm
said,
not sure if that's correct because I actually sat there and then I looked it up in my phone. There was only one ending credit, one Easter egg. I don't think there was two like they normally do.
I wonder
So
what
I'm not sure what she was talking about or what was on there. I'm gonna try to look to see if there's something out there, but I think there's only one Easter egg, and there's not a second one at the final credits. Because the movie was so long. The movie was long. It was worth sitting through, though.
Yeah,
Worth
because
sitting.
listen, I'm one of them people like when they get to like an hour and 30 minutes, I'm getting antsy now. Like But I was like glued to my seat.
Yeah.
I had to go to the bathroom and everything. I was like, nah, I can't miss it.
You couldn't move because you would have missed something for real.
I had got me a large drink.
Well, that's where you went wrong.
I did the same thing. I got a drink and some nachos, and
That's
I was
where
like,
you went
"Oh
wrong.
no!" But
No,
I didn't
ate
want to
before I
move.
came. I did everything I need to do before I came because I was like, I'm not missing nothing.
And it was worth the watch. So that's the other thing with our current system, our current new age movie watching system. In a few months, it's going to be on Disney Plus. So you can watch it over and
But
over and over.
not really even a few months. It's probably going to be on Disney Plus in a minute.
I would agree.
Because I think Teal is streaming now, digital, and Woman King is streaming digital. Did y'all see any one of those?
I did not see Woman Queen.
King.
Oh,
Woman King.
Woman King.
Yeah, that was good. Real good, real good.
I want to see. I didn't see it yet either. I want to see it.
There was a piece on there. Actually, your girl, who played the Black Panther, she actually went to the place and did some research, and what she found she didn't like in terms of the women's queen story. And I said, "Ooh, that's gonna hit a little different." Because they weren't the way they portrayed them in the cinematic universe is different from what they actually did in real life. So I was like, I don't know if I still want to see it. And I kind of agree. I don't know if it was JT or if it was you, Lisa, that talked about the feminine movement. That
was JT.
Yeah, it was.
He was saying that was some of the comments.
Yeah, there is a sense of
it's but if you really think about it, it's just the era that we're living in right now.
So black girl magic is the deal.
Black people are popular right now. Everybody wants something to do. They gotta help some black person. Right. And number two, women real popular right now. That's all that is.
I agree.
The universe gonna turn around in a minute, and it's gonna be all white men again.
I don't know. Women always been popular to me. So, ain't got to be to no movie. You know what I mean? Women always gonna be popular to me.
You You are so right. You are so right. But I do think
That's
I
all that is. That's all that is.
I mean, Dr.
That is
Scott,
what's
Lisa,
popular right
Lisa,
now,
I
and
do think there's a
that's why they could play it the way they played it.
well, here's the thing. I still do think that there is and there has always been a fight to um take away the black man,
Mhm,
demean the black man,
mhm,
um uh demasculate the black man,
mhm.
and it just continues to push. Yes, I want my black queens to be elevated and to be highlighted, but they don't always have to be highlighted in a masculine form, right?
Yeah.
You are strong as a woman, as a queen. You are beautiful, you are strong, you're smart, you're capable. I don't know if you have to have the masculine role, the masculine mantle to show that you
And
are
what is
important.
the masculine mantle?
Uh the woman king. Why does you don't have to be the king? You are the queen. The queen means you are powerful. You are the ruler.
Oh,
So
you
why
just
give
saying the name.
the name? Why give it a
Okay.
masculine feel for a woman? She my if
I would
you're
have to I would have to watch it and speak on it as to why they did it that
well,
way.
I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about most of these other movies where again and that's another conversation we should have too. Like I heard this on a social media piece. Um it was a lady who was talking. She said, you know, I don't have to be the uh the man.
Mhm.
You know, I don't have to be, I want to be the woman, not the mother. I want to be the mother, not the father and the boss. And let me be me. Let me be who I am and let me do what I do. I don't have to take on the role again, like I was saying, the mantle of a man to prove that I can do what a man does.
And
That's
France, you said you saw did you see the Woman King?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Never mind. I ain't gonna say nothing then.
Don't say nothing.
I ain't
I
gonna
have
say it.
seen it.
What did you just talk about?
I want to see it.
You, JT, you can say it.
but
I'm gonna
here
watch
is
it anyways.
here is the question, or what I want to ask you, France, when you say that, who who puts that title on somebody? So who puts that male mantle on a woman if she is just being her? If I'm just being me and I am the boss, or if I'm just being me and I am in charge with authority and running things, who puts that mantle on her saying she's trying to be the husband,
Well,
she's trying to be the
society,
father, she's
society has
trying to be
already
this?
done that. Society has already
And
done that.
that's my point.
So
So
society has already said
it's
this.
not her.
What's the song? INDPE. It's not
Independent.
her. It's not her, but she is taking on what society says. So now society says you need to be strong, independent, do it on yourself, do it by yourself. That's not what our culture is really about. Our culture is really about family, unity, and togetherness. So when you try to say, I,
It
I'm,
is,
I'm
but was
independent, I don't need
deconstructed a little
nobody.
bit.
Huh?
It was deconstructed a little bit.
Correct. By who? Again, separation
Right.
takes
Through
away
slavery
what's your
and
boy, the
programming
colonizers.
and colonizers,
Hey,
yes.
you're gonna take
But
away
women
the
have always
ideology
been
of
in
family.
black women especially have
Correct.
always been independent. And that's not
No,
to take away,
no,
yes, sir. That's not to take away what a man brings.
no. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is. But what it does do is what we said earlier. It demasculates. It takes away the family values, the core concept of what African American and Afrocentric family structures look like.
So
Even if you're not married, even if
African,
you're not
yes,
married, even if
African, yes, but the destruction of that is ingrained in a lot of the new folks that was brought over here. So it
Yeah,
was
I
taken away
definitely
and
agree. I
deconstructed.
definitely agree. I
And so
mean,
it has to be
from slavery all the way up to Jim Crow, where they even did another number on you, right? Where they even said, "Hey, I need the right to vote." You know, again, all of these pieces was just again, how do we take away the family, and how do
JT,
we
what the heck
separate
is
the?
that?
One of the soldiers from Black Panther.
That's right.
Oh,
That, you know, how do we separate the core values of the Black family? And once they were able to do that, which they definitely have done, and it is definitely has done a number on our Black women and our Black men,
on
and
the
now
Black.
it's
Okay.
affecting our Black families. So
Absolutely.
you're seeing it in our movies. So you say, who's doing it? Well, society continues to perpetuate the
Absolutely.
idea that the Black woman should be masculine, not feminine. The Black women should be independent, not in unison with the family, with her community. So it's not, oh, you got to get married. Nah, it's INEPE.
They ain't doing that to the other ones though.
They no, you see, they're not saying that.
They're not doing that to the other ones.
No,
They're trying to make sure, listen, it all boils down to they're trying to make sure that the population of African Americans drop.
correct.
That's what it all boils down to.
Correct. And I agree with you, JT, to the T. To the
Yep.
T. From the J to the T.
I agree with y'all too. I agree that it is a definite plot to all of it.
Correct. So
I
now
agree.
if I can put it in the movies, if I can put it in the music, if I
It's
can put
all-
it into your
It's
mind
all
that
programming.
this is okay,
It's all
that I've already
programming.
programmed. So now I can't even find, like you said, well, who did it?
The
Because the
colonizers.
person who did it is
The
hiding their
colonizers
hand,
did it.
and you can't find out, well, who started this. Nah, y'all been doing. That's
The
the
colonizers did it.
correct. That's the ooh.
But just because you see it in the movie don't mean it's necessarily being played out.
Lisa, do you really believe that?
Man.
Oh my God. Look at who they're using to do it.
Oh my God, Lisa, come on,
You can't be
Lisa,
that much of a woman.
come
You
on,
can't
Lisa.
be that much
Let
of
me
a
tell
woman,
you.
Lisa.
Let me tell you, JT.
Okay.
Out of all the people
What do
you
you mean
saw
I
in
can't
Black
be that
Panther,
much
and
of a
let's go back
woman?
to Black Panther just for a second.
So are you saying that because I saw Black Panther, now I'm gonna be masculine and demasculate men, Black men?
Well, again, it's done subtly.
What are you saying?
Subtle.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
It's like you're saying, like, you're not, well, I'm not, I really don't believe it, but it is what it is, but I really don't believe it. They're not doing it. That's exactly what it looks like.
saying. I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm just saying you can't lump everything in one thing.
I'm not, Lisa. We're not just talking about one movie. We're talking about several movies where
TV
again,
shows,
the Black
music
woman
videos.
has the Black woman has to put on the mantle of I'm strong, I can handle all the. They didn't even just start doing this. This thing was been being done. We could go back to Good Times and Florida Evans, where she had to take on the mantle of I'm the man in the house and the woman, and I'm going to push this family forward. I'm telling you,
she had
it's
to
not.
provide for her family after her husband died.
No, but again, this is a show where they write in that piece. They didn't have to write in that piece. They didn't have to write in where he died going to work in Alaska. He just made all this money and he's just gonna kill them off. Come on, man.
Well, they killed him off because he wanted more money, from what I understood.
He went to work.
No. I'm saying the character. So you saying they should have brought in another character?
Bring in another character or keep him off.
An iconic character and just change James?
Correct.
And
Why
say,
not?
oh, we gonna have a new James?
You know what? Here's a better piece. Pay him. Pay him.
No,
He
I
was
mean,
one
I
of
ain't
the
saying
key
that
pieces
ain't
to
right.
that
I'm
show.
just saying
That ain't right. It was not right to kill him off when he was doing an amazing job. They showed so many dimensions of James growing as a
I
father,
agree. I
and
agree.
not just showing him as a strong black man, but a man who started to really
But it was
control.
also Florida, not Florida Evans, Esther Rowe that said, I'm not gonna do this show without a husband.
And but she did the show without a husband.
That was years and years down the line.
No, they're not count that.
I,
Listen, they are writing it in, and all we're doing is all it's doing. And I'm from TV to music to the music to movies is programming. We have to understand that it is
I agree with
programming.
you. It
So
is
we don't
programming.
get programmed by the programmer who's trying to tell you who you are, who you should be. We know who we are.
Exactly.
We know who we should be and who we
Sure.
want to become, but not everybody. They know not everybody does. They know you don't know your culture, you don't know your history, you don't
Sure.
know your background. So we just gonna give you these things so that you can start saying, you know what, I can do it without this person. I can live this type of lifestyle because it's acceptable and it's okay. They taken away again those core values that again is a part of the black diaspora. And if you can't see it, just go watch another movie. They're gonna put it out there for you.
And I don't disagree with you on that. I don't disagree with you on that. But I also don't believe that every black person feels that way. I could see it on there.
Agree with that. I don't agree with that
And
either.
that doesn't mean that I'm not looking for those values in my life, or I'm not looking for the family values in my life, or my community isn't looking for the family values or isn't looking for that. That's all I'm saying.
But Lisa, here's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that it isn't happening. I'm not saying that we're not programmed. Correct. I'm not saying that there are forces trying to tear us apart.
Correct.
But there are those of us who are trying to keep it together.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. But
that's what I'm saying.
We used to be the majority. Now we slowly are becoming the minority.
Mm-hmm. They're taking who wanna keep it together?
Not just who want to keep it together. Again, the identity of what the black man looks like and what the black woman looks like and what the black family looks like.
Because if you
or JT, I'm talking about all of the millions that are still trying to identify who they are, because again, it's been lost. It's been lost because again, our culture is watering down our history, our values. It's called colonization for a reason.
And I agree that there are some, I agree with that. But there are also a few people that's trying to make sure we still got it. And
that's a very, and there are a few people that still trying to make sure that we still have it. But if you pay attention to a lot of the TV shows, they are trying to do everything they can to program. They're trying to program black women into thinking that,
I don't disagree with y'all on that.
Oh, okay. All right. They trying to program black women into thinking like, you know what, the black man really ain't this, the black man really ain't that. Look at the commercials, how they pair up a black woman with a white man, but you don't see a black man with a white woman. You don't see the black man.
That's because we can go outside and see that.
Downtown.
We ain't got to see it on TV.
Once again, you can go outside and see it because they've been programming you that it's okay to do it. It's okay.
It's for y'all too.
What's
right?
That? Yes. It's not just women, it's men.
Don't act like that, JT.
Oh man, because everybody know.
Don't act like black men ain't been kicking black women to the curb. I don't want to date no black woman because she this, that, and the other.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't care who you date, but don't put me down because you want to date something else.
I'm sorry. I like
y'all not finna get me started up in here. We don't want y'all no more. Come on. It's plenty of us still waiting on a good black man. and y'all around here being picky.
So again, I think that's what the movie could have done, is bring in some of these issues, and I'm hoping that the new movies do that. With the Black Panther series,
Sure.
you don't want to, you want to empower the Black women, and I love that
Sure.
piece in terms of
I
not
think
getting
the more we tell the stories,
correct,
then the differences we're gonna see.
correct.
But the flip side of that is the more we tell the stories, the more we have to support the stories that we telling.
Correct. And two, they gotta allow them to tell the story.
I was just finna say it. A lot of the stories, they only green light the versions that they write.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Lena Waithe even said, you know who Lena Waithe is?
Mhm.
She even said that stuff that she has written won't be green lighted because they're calling it pro-black, black man, black woman, blah, blah, blah. But if they write the same story or take her name off it and put the colonizer name on there, then they'll green light it.
Is that the lady who did Matrix?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
She did the new version of the Boomerang and all of that on BET.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, then you know what? They actually did that to the lady on the Matrix. When the Matrix first came out, she wrote that in terms of a black character. But then they took her idea and flipped it and made it all white. They whitewashed it.
And they had to pay her all of her monies.
But the damage was already done, JT. You see that? We'll pay you back. The damage that they wanted to make or have was already done. We'll pay you back.
What we'll say is the struggle is real and ongoing.
Correct. So yes, we should go and watch these films to support the black culture, the black movement. But the other thing we have to do is be very vigilant in understanding and researching who we truly are. Because again, that's fantasy. We now have to live in reality and say, okay, this is how we push the black woman. This is how we push the black male. This is how we push the black family. And think about it. Everybody in her family dies, but her.
But her.
There's only one real black male lead. That's M'Baku. And he's almost like just a brute.
Yeah.
Whereas he was very smart though.
Yeah, but it's not smart like the Iron. It's not smart like Zuri or smart like the Iron.
It was a different kind of wisdom to him though.
And then did you notice that most of the people that were in the lab with Zuri were all women? You got to, again, our black boys are also watching this. We got to uplift them as well. Yes, I want to uplift my young black queens, but I also want to uplift my kings to say, hey, you can do this too. You don't need to be the one who's who you can also be the one who can create the next blank 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 and develop.
It's very interesting that we never really see a balance. It's either one or the other.
Correct. And why do you do that? To fight, to pause the vision.
Absolutely. I mean, it's everything is strategic to keep us divided, because if we come together, when we come together, oh my goodness,
we talking about Wakanda real.
So listen, France is the talker and keep us over our hour all the time. So but it has been a really, really great show. I have enjoyed talking. Look at us, it's just us guys.
Yeah.
It ain't been just us for a minute. Marvin is traveling. Shout out to Marvin Scott.
Dr. Scott. Boy.
It was so cool to hang out with my guys, JT and France, even though they tried to double team me, but I always hold my own.
Just keep it real. Just keeping it real.
That's it. So listen, we'll be back next week. So make sure you come back and join us. If you are watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching us on Facebook, hit the like button. You can follow, you can like, you can subscribe, you can share. We just have a good time in the kitchen like we did tonight,
Good
talking
time.
about Wakanda Forever and a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other stuff that we done got into just from a movie. But that's how we do it. You put that gumbo on, you never know what's gonna come out. You never know.
It's always
Um,
good.
it's always good. It's always good. I miss you guys.
Love y'all.
We gotta get together. But listen, come back next week. We'll be right here, same time, 9 o'clock. And then in 2 weeks, we're talking taxes and Bitcoin and whole bunch of other stuff. So if you got questions, you might want to get them ready. On TV will be back in the kitchen to talk about that kind of stuff. So listen, we're gonna see y'all next week. How about that?
Yeah.
Good
Be
night,
there,
guys.
same back place, same back time.
ETC.
Conversations that cook.
Cook.
That's what they do. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.